Happy that it's Friday.
Okay. Good morning, committee members and all other parties of interest. This is a follow-up evaluation committee meeting for requests for qualifications. That's RFQ-24-24940 for specialized planning consulting for the Development Services Department. This meeting is being held by means of communication media technology. Active participation will be for the committee members only, and provisions have been made for members of the public desiring access to view the meeting as well. Public attendees must remain on mute and with cameras off. For the record, this meeting is being recorded, and the recording will be made available after the meeting has ended. Please be advised that the cone of silence is still in effect for this solicitation and will end the earlier of 5 business days after the county posts a notice of intent to award or on the date the procurement solicitation is canceled by the county. All questions, comments, and concerns must be directed to my attention and my attention only. My name is Sakina Ford, and I'm the chief buyer for this project. Again, for the record, we are recording this meeting and it has been publicly noticed. At this time, I'm going to ask each committee member to go ahead and introduce themselves for the recording, beginning with our chairperson, Jose.
Jose Fernandez, Development Services.
Colleen Marshall, Development Services.
Richard Perez, Development Services.
Thank you. And we also have online with Procurement Services. If Procurement Services staff can introduce themselves, please.
Christy Alessino, Procurement Services Operations Coordinator.
Dawn Demina, Procurement Services Senior Buyer.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to be recording the scores here as a consensus scoring. We did receive a total of 9 responses to this RFQ, with the response from Transformative Leadership LLC being found as unacceptable. This solicitation has 4 service categories, with each proposer having the opportunity to submit on any of those categories where applicable. So the committee has already evaluated categories 1 through 3 and scored those by consensus in the meeting that was held on Monday, September 9th. Those scores will be announced following the review of this last category, which is category number 4. And that category is for the fiscal and organizational improvements studies. The committee can now go ahead and evaluate, discuss, and score by consensus the remaining responses in this category based on the information provided in the responses as it correlates to the requirements and evaluation criteria set forth. That criteria, once again, as a reminder, is criteria 1, proposers' organization and staff qualifications, knowledge, education, training, expertise, and skills. Criteria number 2, proposers' organization and staff experience, documented, successful, and relevant. And criteria 3, proposers' understanding of the scope and objectives, technical approach, innovation, creativity, and project management. And then we do have a category 4, which is the DWVE bonus points, which was already reviewed by our economic development team and has already been scored. And once we get through the initial scores, I will make that announcement. So I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to Jose so you can lead the discussions on the evaluating. Once your discussions are complete, please state the final consensus score that's agreed upon for each proposer so that I can do the recording. Once we've concluded all the scoring, then I will verify all the scores for all of the categories and confirm the committee's determination and qualifying firms for each category. So Jose, I'll go ahead and let you take over.
Thank you very much. Good morning. As it was said previously or before, we are evaluating category 4 of the RFQ 24-24940 specialized planning consulting services. And this category basically provides the department with a system to develop fiscal studies, fee studies. It also helps the department do a cost analysis. It helps us to do organizational improvement and so forth. It's more on the administrative side more than the planning per se. And we got a number of firms that have applied. Transformative Leadership LLC was deemed not acceptable. So we have a total of 5 consulting firms that will be evaluated today. Those firms are MGT of American Consulting LLC, CMA Enterprise Incorporated, who has applied to other categories too of these RFQ, Maximus US Services, Rose International, and the Kira Company LLC. So with that being said, I think we should start with the first one in the list that we have here, which is MGT of American Consulting, which is a firm that do a quick introduction, then open it to the other committee members for any additional comments. MGT is a company that have been in operation for the last 50 years with almost 900 employees nationwide, and they have a robust staff in the Tampa office. Right now, on this proposal, they have placed as an immediate assistant for any projects, a total of 17 staff members, and those staff members have an average of 19 years of experience, and they have been with the firm in average about 5 years. So they also have qualification on these areas, going in different areas as a certified public accountant that are needed for the services. Some of the services that will be provided, they are experts in human resources, in change management, and process improvement. And they have also a list of projects such as working with the city of Nashville and doing reorganization there. They have done fee studies with all the surrounding municipalities, City of Tampa, Pasco County, Manatee County. They have done also in the Las Vegas, have also done the city of Tucson. They have done fee studies also in Nashville and other municipalities that they list in their proposal. With that being said, I want to open it to any other comments from the committee members.
I noted that there's a lot of relevant staff project experience. Procedures, process improvement, fee studies, any large organizations from Las Vegas, Nashville, Baltimore, and the credentials were there, CPA, and so forth.
Similar to, they have a very deep volume of qualified staff and extensive experience. And they provided numerous examples of projects that they've done for each category.
And the proposal was organized, clear to read, easy to follow, which is important for the committee members. I need to note that MGT have been a consultant of Hillsborough County in the past, and they have been leading these studies for the last 25 years with us. So every time that we need to update the fees on development services, this is the firm that goes and works with us to update those fees. If we don't have anything else to add, I think we're ready to assign the points for each of the areas. So, Colleen, can we start with the qualifications?
At 40.
Got 40.
40.
40 in qualifications. Experience.
40.
38.
40 as well.
So this would be
40. 40 as well, excuse me, 40.
And technical approach.
18.
I got 15,
19.
19. So that would be, let's do
Wait for you to sign together.
is it a 17 okay for everybody? 17? 17. So how do we summarize? We got 40, 40, 17, correct?
Correct, yes. I have category 1, 40 points, category 2, 40, category 3, 17, for a total of 97.
Correct. Thank you. I think we should move forward to the next firm that submitted work for us. It is submitted the proposal for us, which is CMA Enterprise Incorporated. And CMA, as you guys remember, they applied to other categories such as ongoing planning and zoning reviews, and they were evaluated on that regard. And now they are presenting themselves as a firm that can provide fiscal and organizational improvement. This firm was established in 1990 and have been offering service for almost 34 years based out of Davie. They do a lot of work on the east part of Florida. They presented to address any of our proposal, a number of 4 staff members. They seem to have an average of 35 years of experience combined in average. And they have been providing services jointly for almost 21. Just to clarify, CMA is gathering other consultants. They don't work for the firm. They are sub-consultants that get added to provide the services that are available. So we were able to check references for this consultant as they were working with other municipalities. We were able to talk to Ms. Cassini in Broward County, and they led some focus group for a investment plan in transportation. They work with 4 focus group for almost 20 people, just to try to get their feedback and align the transportation plans with the priorities of the people. One of the things that impressed them the most was the fact that they were able to provide real-time translation services, because the population in the Miami area and is very diverse, like it is here. So they were able to provide translation in French, Spanish, and English at the same time during the meeting. And that was a point that they highlighted. Also, the fact that they were technically solid and they will work at any time, night or weekend, to provide their services. Very impressed with the presentation time at the same time. I also was able to come case they provided services for training in HR, more like change management type of training, leadership, that type of thing they were providing there. And those were the references I was able to gather. Don't know if you guys have anything else to add. This consultant.
Just the staffing being limited to the 4 people, a little bit concerned, just depending on the volume.
And the type of assignment, probably. There are assignments that we may require more staff than others, right?
Mm-hmm. They appear to be qualified, have experience.
Yeah, there's spoke a lot to change management and training and HR type
Yeah,
types of services.
that was the impression that I have, that they are more into the HR leadership training. And they can also do some process improvement. I can see that they have that capability because Ms. Burks, she has a certificates, many certifications. One of them is as a black belt. It's a Six Sigma black belt. And if you have that certification, you should be able to do very good process improvement. So definitely they are qualified to provide the work. I don't think that the depth of staff to address all the assignments is there, but definitely they can do some work and be proficient. All right, if we don't have anything else, we can start assigning the points for this CMA. And we got any qualifications, Colleen?
33.
I got 35.
32.
33, 35. So let's do it 34. And experience?
25.
25.
25.
I'm on the 25 too. And technical approach?
10.
12.
12.
12. So we go to 12.
So to confirm, I have for criteria 1, 34, criteria 2, 25, criteria 3, 12, for a total of 71 points.
Mhm.
And this is one of the firms that did submit for the bonus points for economic development for the DMDBE assessment. So that did come back from economic development after their full review as qualified for those 5 bonus points. So that brings their total to 76 points.
76. Thank you. That's 4. The next firm that we have, if we're okay with that rating, we can move to the next firm. The next firm is Maximus. Maximus is also a firm that have over 50 years of experience, was funded in 1975. They have offices across the 50 states and staff providing different types of services. However, it's good to clarify they were very laser focused on what they offer. They didn't go for every single services. They say, well, we do best is this. And we are very competitive nationwide on this type of services, which is the cost allocation. And that's the area that they decide to focus. They didn't want to offer any other services but that one. And they have been providing those services for a long time in Florida, and they name as reference many counties in Florida, like Charlotte County, Manatee County, Marion County, Orange County, Sarasota County, the city of Tampa, and they have also been doing this work for the management and budget department of Hillsborough County for a long time. So they are a known consultant in the county. They are led by Mr. Canyon. They have them over 6 staff members for that specific service. And they average a total of 19 years of experience in average. And they have been in the firm for almost 6 years, for 11 years, I'm sorry, in average. So they keep a team very consistent in their firm for a long time. About 70% of them have certification, certified public accountants, among other certifications. Again, they are focusing only on cost allocation study, which is their needs. And they have been doing this job for a long time. They have created a specific software called MaxCap. And that's the software that used for every municipality, and every municipality is accustomed to use it already. They do these studies on a yearly basis. with that being said, I'm gonna transfer to the committee members to see if they have additional comments.
Yeah, I just say I noted that they're specialized in that very specific scope of cost allocation and service studies. And appear to be highly qualified and very experienced in that realm based on their signal.
I agree, because, there's a wealth of experience and qualifications for the cost allocation studies specifically.
And we do appreciate firms that they don't go all over the place and they say, this is what we do best. And you're not just jumping for anything, but you focus on what you can deliver and you are the best. So we appreciate that. And I think we're ready to allocate their points, right? All right, so maximums for qualifications we have.
35.
I got 37.
38.
38, 35, 37. We are in 37. Okay. Experience.
30.
30. I had 38.
36.
36. Oh, I think we are 35 there, more or less. Okay. And technical approach.
15.
I got 15 too.
I had 20.
And got 20, 15, 17. Is that okay? Perfect. So with that, we conclude our evaluation for maximus.
Okay, so just to confirm, I have for criteria 1, a score of 37. For criteria 2, a score of 35. And for criteria 3, a score of 17, for a total consensus score of 89.
All right. So we're moving forward with the next group, which is the Rose Group. Rose Group International is a firm that it was founded on 2017. They have been in business for the last 7 years. They are from South Dakota. They presented 4 staff members, and they are also more or less very focused on the type of services that they offer. They are more concentrated on what they call change management and strategic planning. That's their forte. Not so much the fiscal part, but the change management and the strategic planning. They also can do some process improvements. Their staff members are PMP project manager certified, and they are also certified in change management, and they have some Six Sigma black belt on the team that could help in process improvement. The 4 members that they presented have an average 20 years of experience and have been in the company on average for 5 years. They have worked with the Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium, the South Dakota State University, and the South Dakota DOT. I read as part of the innovation, they have developed this methodology called Helix. They have been using that methodology in the projects that find a good fix for that. All right. So with that being said, I was able to find some references. Services. Yes, I was able to check 2 of the reference provided. Ms. Weiland, and this is in the Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium, And that was back in COVID. They needed to create an enterprise management office, and they helped to create that. They were deemed to be excellent and very collaborative. They get into the detail of things. They meet their deliverables and do the work in time and budget. They did refer some of the members that they have placed in the RFP as good co-workers. They go in, they learn the business, and they provide alternative for upper management. And they are also very flexible. They adjust to project needs when it's needed. Good reference on that side. I also was able to talk with Dr. Barry Boone, which is the president of the South Dakota State University. Was able to get hold of him. It's an individual pretty busy. And he had highlights for this group. Most of them, they were alumni of that university. So for him, it was important for them to work there because it was the strategic plan for the university. Just having alumni being part of the same process with all the expertise that they were bringing. And he's pretty satisfied with them. And they organized all the workshops and facilitated the workshop to create the strategic plan for the university. And they follow up with some process improvement and training of leaders in the university. He still have them retained, training leaders in the university to put forward the plan. One thing that they say that these are people that are really knowledgeable, but at the end, they merge with your staff. They're not consultants that are arrogant. And sometimes you feel that with some consultants, say, I'm the one that knows, right? And he really liked that part of them, the friendliness, how personable they were, how technically sound they were, and how creative they were when they were working with the public. So I was able to reach those two references. I'm gonna pass it to the committee members to see if they have anything else to say.
The submittal was very clear and concisely put together. I see that they did have heavy emphasis on the change management side of things and HR. I noted that they didn't have a ton of local government experience.
Correct.
I think they cited Pinellas County Transit Authority as a pending client and not the one that they've actually.
Correct. I need to put as a reference.
But they certainly seem to have significant credentials in the change management area and the area that they emphasized.
Aline?
I don't really have too much to add to that. Just noted that their package is specifically geared towards change management, organizational auditing.
Mm-hmm.
They have the qualifications and experience to do those.
Correct. Any, I think that the main, Miss Haley was part of NASA at some point. So she works in NASA for some time, and I'm sure that NASA won't pick anybody to work with them if they have, something to offer. So with that being said, I think we should be ready to assign the points to the Rose Group International. Colleen, let's start with qualifications.
34.
I got 38.
35.
35, 34, 38, 36. Is that a good number? 36? Okay. So experience?
30.
I got 32.
27.
27, 30, we're talking 29. And innovation, technical approach?
12.
I got 15.
14.
So let's say 14. With that being said, I think we have finished evaluating that firm.
Okay, so for Rose Group International, criteria 1, I have a score of 36. Criteria 2, score of 29. Criteria 3, a score of 14, for a total consensus score of 79 points.
79 points.
Everybody in agreement? Yes.
Very good. So we have now the last company to evaluate, which is the Kira Group. Kira Group applied for the category 4. It wasn't clear in the proposal, but it seems that they have been in business for almost 10 years. The person that is leading the firm have been working on the firm for almost 20 years. And they specialize on strategic planning, organizational cultural change, and process improvement. That's their forte. People that have been added to the provide services, there are 3 staff members that were added. There was one that was named as pending on the proposal. I don't know if you saw that. Don't know if they didn't have the time to add that person or if it was pending on needs. They staff that was proposed, they are proficient on change management. Some of them have, they are business analysts and they have the project management certification. From what I'm seeing, the 3 staff members that were placed on the proposal have an average of experience of around 18 years, 19 years. Don't know, from what I'm seeing, these are not, the 3 staff members have different companies and they came all together for the proposal on their TKC. So they were added as sub-consultants, 2 of them. And they presented some projects and reference, such as Harris County, the Cartera Health, and both of those are in Texas, and also the Houston Independent School District in Texas. This film it seems to be out of the Houston area. That's what they do most of the work. I was able to talk to Mr. Carter from Cartera Health, and they worked with Mr. Carter for almost 2 years, preparing a strategic plan, process improvement. They were satisfied with the work of the TKC, the Carter company. Work was delivered on time and budget. He defined them as critical thinkers, that they always bring a different perspective and a different spin to the way of doing things, and that was very beneficial for them. They also list them as being very professional and organized. And what they liked the most was the fact that they were they think out of the box, you know. And sometimes you need that when you're doing process improvement. I also was able to reach out Dr. Ogechi Sanders of the school district. And basically, I think that assignment, they did training, basically, training for the diversity with the students of the district. They helped to organize a series of workshops with students just to training on diversity. Dr. Ogechi said that they have very good soft skills. They work on time and budget. They will hire them again to do any work. Those were the reference that I was able to reach out. The other reference was the Harris County Transit Authority. And basically, this is the chief of police in the county that managed Houston. So I wasn't able to get hold of it. It was a hard person to get on the phone. So didn't get any response via email. But with the two references that the firm is able to provide work on a consistent basis and time and budget, and didn't have any background. So with that being said, I think that I'm going to pass it to committee members really for their evaluation. Any notes or?
I think that the three members that they listed, they each have a number of certifications that are pretty specific to change management, organizational restructuring. There wasn't a whole lot of detail in the technical approach, but they provided some examples.
Yeah, I noted, demonstration of experience in the change management area, training, strategic planning. Not so much on the financial and technical side. This middle speaks to certification in IIBA and CBAP, but I didn't see any documentation in the resumes of those certifications. Noted that mentioned the financial analysts to be determined. So maybe at least in that area, they didn't demonstrate a lot of the financial analysis.
Yeah, I have to say that the proposal was hard to follow sometimes. So that's like there were others that were defined a clear resume as was requested with the year of experience and all that. And it takes more work for us to try to determine that type of information so we can do a fair evaluation. But with that being said, are we ready to assign points?
Yes.
All right. Qualifications.
32.
I got 35.
31.
31, 32. So we're talking 33. Experience.
30.
30.
26.
26. 30. You said 29. And technical approach.
10.
Got 10.
12.
12, 11.
So for the Kyra Company LLC, criteria 1, I have a score of 33. Criteria 2, score of 29. Criteria 3, a score of 11, for a total score of 73. Consensus scoring. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So now that we've got all of the scores, the consensus scoring recorded, I'm going to go back through and we're going to just confirm for all of the categories, the scores, and if the committee is in agreement with finding firms qualified.
Correct.
So I will go back to category 1. In category 1, we had one firm that was Omnicom Consulting Group, Inc., with a total score of 100 points. And does the committee agree with that score?
Yes.
Yes.
And does the committee, or is the committee in agreement with finding that firm qualified for category 1, which is wireless communication review services?
Yes.
Okay. And then in category 2, we had one firm submitting, that was Ayers Associates. Their total consensus score was 91 for the committee. Is the committee in agreement with that scoring?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And has the committee agreed in finding them as qualified?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And then for service category 3, which is your ongoing project review services for zoning and site subdivision development, we had a total of 3 proposals. We have Ayers Associates with a total consensus score of 88. Wade Trim with a total score of 96. And CMA Enterprise Incorporated with a score of 62. So do you agree with those consensus scores?
Yes.
Okay, so for Ayers Associates, do you agree with them as being qualified?
Yes.
Yes.
Wade Trim as being qualified?
Yes.
And CMA Enterprise Incorporated as being qualified?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And then for your final category, which we finished up today, We have the 5 submitted proposals. We have MGT of America Consulting LLC with a total score of 97. Rose Group International with a total score of 79. The Kyra Company with a total score of 73. CMA Enterprise Incorporated with a total score of 76. And Maximus US Services Inc. with a total score of 89. Is everybody in agreement with the consensus scores?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so for MGT of America, now I know you had 5 submissions here, so between 73 points to 97 points. So do we find MGT of America Consulting LLC qualified?
Yes.
Okay, then Rose Group International with the consensus of 79.
Yes.
The Kyra Company with a consensus of 73.
Yes.
Yes.
CMA Enterprises Incorporated with a consensus of 76.
Yes.
And then Maximus US Services Inc. with a consensus of 89.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so that concludes the evaluation and scoring of the request for qualifications for specialized planning services, which was RFQ. I don't even have it right here. RFQ-24-24940. Does any of the committee have any other additional questions?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that we clarify a couple of things. Number one, the scoring basically says how strong your proposal was to be qualified. That's all that it is. It doesn't mean that it disqualify you to access to future proposals that we put out for you for them to apply. So there are firms that will be more stronger than others in certain areas. We don't expect every firm to be able to provide all kinds of services. There are going to be firms that are very good in one area and there are others that are not. So, but we want to keep it open and give the opportunity in case that we have any projects that all of them can apply at that point. Again,
Yes.
the numbers that we have here do not determine if they're going to go get a job first or not. It is all ranking how their proposal was in terms of qualifications, experience, and
Correct.
technical approach.
Correct. This evaluation was to find firms qualified.
Correct.
And we stated that also in the last meeting, that the actual submission of proposals for specific projects will be solicited for.
When
You will get
when
those
it's needed.
quotes when it is needed. Yes.
Correct.
So just to confirm that. Okay. Any other questions with anybody? Okay. I will consider the meeting completed and we will go ahead and get the recording out for those that would like to have that available as soon as possible. I will also be completing the spreadsheet for the consensus score and printing that before the committee members leave today so that you can go ahead and put your signatures on the final consensus scoring as confirmation. Just give me a few minutes to get that done before you guys leave. And I will go ahead and close the meeting and thank you everyone for attending.
Thank you for your support.